Welcome to the Marmite Queens podcast. We are the rulers you either love or hate, and each week we'll be telling each other strange stories, also whilst having a giggle and not needing alcohol to bring our special brand of madness directly to your ears. Full disclaimer, there will be not safe for work content and probably a strong view or two expressed. So, settle in and enjoy the car crashing into the dumpster fire that is Sam and Laura. All right, mate.
Hello, mate.
Who needs lines? Not this bitch.
Mate, you don't need lines.
I learnt it. Only took me 12 weeks.
I'm still not going to know it. We'll be on episode 600 and I'll be like, I still don't know it.
Right, so tell me, hello, welcome, Laura, to the podcast you're on every single week with me, your beautiful co-host. Tell me, how's your week been, babes? Oh, dog's barking, just
Fine.
Yeah?
I mean...
Anything happened?
We are recording this on Monday because it was Sam's birthday over the weekend. So...
It was my birthday actually yesterday.
Yeah, it was her actual birthday yesterday.
And Laura got me this t-shirt.
I got honestly no.
It says, I need to remember that not everyone watches. Laura got me this t-shirt and it says, it's a nope from me, and it's Leslie Nope. And she is against a waffle. Yes!
And last night we had a few drinks in the virtual pub that we set up called the Winchester, and Laura accidentally drank a whole bottle of Sambuca. Right, just for like, it's a 35.
Yeah, it's a small bottle of. It's a small bottle of 38% proof. Like Sambuca.
Yeah, 38% though. And Sam did say to me at one point, Laura, maybe you should get something to mix it with. And I was like, absolutely fucking not, mate. I've only brought a shot glass up with me. That's what it got absolutely twatted. I was, in truth, blind. Drunk.
Yes, that's a good name for a band, Gary. You should write that down. Oh, God. We've got ink on our hands. Sorry, I won't just sit here and quote.
And now a woman of my legendary prowess will do nothing but drink fucking rain.
I mean, to be fair, right? Laura sent me for my birthday a bottle of toffee vodka, and it is 20% volume. And I don't, if you watch and you'll see, like, it was a 200 milliliter bottle, and I drank all of that. But it's because it just tastes like toffee. I'm not so much hungover as I'm just a bit tired this morning because I didn't go to bed till like 2ish, and you don't really sleep properly when you've got alcohol in your system. You just kind of. So I did. So like you say, we're recording this on a Monday. It's currently 24 minutes past 1. We were supposed to record this at 12, and Laura turned up at 12. And to be fair, I was online. But I was also asleep. I fell asleep. I did a blink, and then I woke up and I had a message from Laura saying, "Where you at, babe?" I was like, "Oh no, I was in dreamland."
And then by that time I was like, I'm getting crackers, mate.
Yeah. So it's been all right. You've had a good week.
It was. I don't think there's anything. Oh wait!
I put good into your mouth, so you know. I don't like. Yeah. Do you want to?
No, because you sent me presents, which I put on my thingy, and I got a villains. Sam got me a Disney villains coloring book, right? And she sent me the Spicy Disaster picture that she painted for me for Valentine's Day, and both amazing. But that Disney villains book is fucking ridiculous. It's got everyone in it. It's not just got like the usuals, like, oh, here's the fucking evil queen for the 200th time. Oh, here's Jafar, because it's the only male villain we really pay attention to. It's got fucking Ratigan in it. It's got Hades in it. It's got fucking what Hades' two little things called. It's got Fidget in it from Basil Grimace. Madam Mim's in it.
Yeah. Well, I'm very happy that you liked it, or that you like it.
Fucking beautiful. And I also got my proof copy, but that wasn't. I mean, it was good, but not amazing because it needs reformatting.
Yeah, but that's what getting a proof copy is for, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, well,
it's not. It's the proof copy is the first draft of how your book will look.
Yes, that's very true.
And then
Oh, guess what?
What?
The 31st is when the book comes out, so
Is
you'll
it?
be able to buy it as an ebook.
Yeah.
Fair listeners.
So what you're saying is, as of now, even though technically not as of now in our time zone, but in the time zone that it will be in the future, that made sense. You are a officially recognised Goodreads published author.
Yes.
Is that correct? How's it feel? Just imagine. How's it feel? How's it feel, Kendrick? How's it feel? Full name author Laura Kendrick on your book. Yes, I've got a vagina. Deal with it, boys.
Yeah, deal with it, boys. And deal with it, girls who can't handle being girls.
You know what that means? Okay.
I am very happy. Anyway, yeah. So let's move on from that though. How was your week?
Thank you.
So, like, listen, I am very hungover. I did remember to ask you though.
Yeah, you did, babes, and I'm very impressed. How's my week been? Well, it was my birthday yesterday, so that happened. That was the thing. I'm now 35.
How's it feel?
Decrepit.
Not mighty real.
Yeah, I feel like from this point on, every 5 years, in like if I'm lucky enough to not be, I don't know, like killed by a bus, like if old age takes me, I think from now every 5 years I'm just going to be a stage of the Mummy, but in reverse. So you know how like I'm just going backwards. So at the minute I feel like I've killed everyone bar one. So I'm a little bit droopy, and like some sand might fall out of me if I turn around too quick. But like I'm passable, and I feel like at 40, like do you see what I mean? I mean I still feel like an immature little twat, but that is by design, because I can't remember who said it. I feel like it was J.M. Barrie.
Yeah, J.M. Barrie.
Yeah, he said something along the lines of like everyone needs to become an adult, but it doesn't mean you have to grow up. It's a bastardization of, and like I'm hard for that. Phrasing. That I relate to that so much. I grew a penis and now I am erect. I'm practically engorged. But yes, I hold with that is what I should have said. Not I'm hard for that, but never mind. But yeah, my birthday was nice. I felt very loved, and all of the nice things. And I'm trying to think what happened the week before. For someone that has like a sensational memory for details, I can never fucking remember the big picture. Which, if that is not the title of my autobiography, I think my week was okay. This is why I make notes normally. I haven't this time, because I'm literally just staring at my sofa cushion and going loudly in my brain, fucking think, mate, think. And I'm like, I can't think while you're rushing me. It's like, yeah, but you've been recorded. It's like, doesn't matter, I can edit it. It's like, that's not the point. How was your week? I'm like, I don't know, I can't remember. It's like, well, just think. I'm like, well, I can't think because you're talking so loud. So I think it was okay. Yeah. Okay, so tell me something that you hated this week. Let's start with hate. Why not?
Oh, there's so much I could say. Oh, there's so much I fucking hated this week.
Oh, yes. Mate, you've been so wishy-washy the past couple of weeks, and now we've got you hungover. Like, you are not... I mean, I will give up my thing I hate this week if you want to do, like, 5. I'll sit here and listen. Get him.
One, people who can't do the fucking jobs properly. Like, just it's not that fucking difficult. It's not that fucking difficult. 2, fucking adults who are adults and are still treated like fucking teenagers. Grow up. We've all had to grow up. You need to fucking grow up. Absolutely. Get out. I'm not doing your fucking job. Yeah, I'm not doing everybody else's job, and I'm fucking not keeping track of stuff that you should be doing because it's not my life. You're a fucking adult itself. That fannied me off. Fucking people who are like, think that they're like have a massive ego when they've no right to have a massive ego. Like, oh well, you know, everything I write is absolutely fucking golden, but everything everybody else writes is fucking shocking. I'm the only person who can do this. I'm the only person that's ever come up with this idea. Fucking newsflash, right? One.
Yeah, go on.
One, you're not the only person that's ever come up with an idea because there's nothing's fucking original anymore. Not in the sense of the real sense of original. The sense of original people are talking about is you take the heroine's journey, for example, and you put your twist on it. It's original because you've written it, right?
It's your take on something.
Fucking things like friends to lovers, not a fucking, absolutely not a fucking like niche thing. It's like, it reminds me. You got me.
I know, I'm no regrets. Fucking none, mate. Go on.
It reminds me of when people are like, I'm so strange and unusual because guess what? I really love Star Trek, and it's like I really love Star Wars. Oh wait, you love that multi-billion-dollar franchise that like you're so strange and unusual because you love that multi-billion-dollar franchise. Get the fuck off. Fuck off. Leave. I'm fucking tired of it. And I'll tell you what else has pissed me off this week. Myself, right?
Go on.
I realised something about myself this week. So if I feel like I don't know how to describe it, like I can never just leave something. I have to leave it, and then like if it's something that I've been part of and I leave it and it's for reasons where like I don't really want to leave, or maybe I'm like in two minds about leaving, I tend to sort of distort the memories that I've had of it and make them like pick holes in everything and go over it until it's not something that I enjoyed being part of anymore.
Yeah.
Which I was like thinking about it the other day, and I was like, it's one thing that really annoys me about myself.
You're protecting yourself.
Yeah, it's exactly that. It's me protecting myself. But it still annoys me. And then the other thing, right, which I like about myself, I think is hilarious, but I can understand that it's annoying at the same time, is if somebody winds me up, or somebody's not my sort of person and I don't want anything to do with them, I cannot just walk away and walk over that bridge and leave it. I literally have to Molotov cocktail the shit out of that bridge. Like I will napalm that bridge. Like so there's no going back. Like,
to use your words.
Yeah, so those are all things I've hated this week. What about you, mate? What have you hated this week?
Well, do you know what? Like, it's kind of similar vein. I don't understand people that cannot follow simple instructions. And by people, I mean adults, because I understand why children can't. Because they're fucking children, but you are not. You are a full-grown adult. And especially when they're wanting something off you. If they are wanting something off you and you say, that is absolutely fine, you may have this thing, here is how I need you to do the thing so I can give you the thing. Gee, could you bake that up for me, Sam? Sorry. And then they're like, cool. I mean, I could read this very simple, short, instructional paragraph, or I could just do a shit on my hand and throw it in your face. I still don't get it. You want something. Why wouldn't you give yourself the best chance to get it? No, just instead, just do a dirty protest. For fuck's sake.
It's so weird. It's like everyone thinks they are the exception to the rule nowadays.
Yeah. No, you're not.
So
you're not. Let me just break it down for you very, very, very simply, right? You are not the exception to the rule. I do not know you. All I see is the fact that I'm having to wipe your shit off my face because you did not do as I asked, which was to shit in the toilet. You were just like, what do I do with this? And I said, well, go to the toilet. And he was like, cool. And then you just smeared it down my face. Like, to me, you are a stranger that has just rubbed shit on my face. You are not the exception to anything. Like, if someone I loved beyond reproach, my son, for example, did that, I'd still need some time. But you, sir, are a stranger to me. You, sir, are having the police called on you. You are being sectioned. Like, you are not the exception to the rule. Stop thinking of yourself as that. Because it's dangerous. It's this whole, like, where everyone thinks of themselves now completely as just islands, individuals. I mean, it's a human thing. Like, I reckon everyone's always had that thing of, you know, like, I'm the chosen one, I'm this, I'm that. Because that's just how our brains work. But kind of with, like, the rise of the internet, it's, you know, it's accelerated and it's inflated that kind of view in everybody.
Yeah, because it's a lot easier now to surround yourself with people who think the same things as you. So before, like if you were in a pub before, you would be challenged on you know, your views and your, like, the things you're saying and stuff like that. And you know, it might take a bit more time to, like, go and make sure that Dave's talking about dogs not being able to look up is right.
Yeah. But dogs can look up.
Dogs can look up. Yeah. But it's very, you can surround yourself by people who tell you you're right all the time, and you can surround yourself with people who tell you you're amazing all the time. And sometimes it's a good thing, but it's also not a good thing at the same time, because people can't take criticism.
Yeah.
Or
that's the issue.
Like, yeah, everything is an attack or everything's blown out of proportion. And it's like, mate, I only told you had a bit of spinach in your teeth because I didn't want you to look like a fool. Next time I'll leave it.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is that, but I've zero desire to have, because I have a small group of friends by design. Like, at the minute, my group of friends is the biggest it's ever been, and I'm pretty like close to just putting up a no vacancy sign on my life. Because the people that are in my life are there by design and by choice. I'm like, yeah, this is cool. Like, if you want to pitch up a tent in the acquaintance field, that's fine, but like the friends in is full, like, because I cannot and will not as well be a yes man, and I don't want yes men in my life. I know everyone in my life. If I said something, or like, let's not even go with like problematic, because I know the people in my life would pull me up on that, as I would them, because I love them and I need them to like be better. But let's just say, like, I wrote a poem and it was not great. I would expect that honesty. I don't want people just like saying, oh my God, yeah, that's the best one yet, because that's not how I learn and that's not how I grow. And I want to be constantly learning and growing. That's a passion of mine. And so I need the people in my life to understand and respect that and give me feedback in an honest way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't with fucking, no.
You never want to be the emperor without his clothes.
No.
That's it. I'd never. That is my absolute worst fear.
Yeah.
Worst fear.
Same. Oh my God.
Which is why I'm so much like, you know, if I fail and I fail publicly and I fail big,
Yeah.
learn a lesson.
Yeah.
And it's a lesson for other people as well to learn from.
Yeah. Right. Tell me something that you loved this week. What did you love this week, babes?
Fuck all.
I mean, it was my birthday yesterday, but sure.
That's it. Done. Gone. Oh, do you know what I missed off? What I didn't like?
Oh, go on.
The fact that I sat through the fucking irregulars.
Oh, yeah.
I sat through 58 minutes of shit for fucking gigantic dick over there. Watch the only reason the irregulars looked really good and I wanted to watch it. Anyway, regardless of whether Rory McCann was in it, but it's just the fact that Rory McCann was in it that caught my attention.
Yeah.
And I watched the first episode and it was dog shit. And like he's in it for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Like, and the story doesn't make sense. There's bits, like I feel like the first episode of a show should make me want to ask all these questions and be like,
yeah, it should hook you and intrigue you.
Yeah, and this didn't. I just sort of sat there afterwards like, I still don't understand what's going on.
Nor do I
don't care. Yeah, I was just like, I genuinely don't care.
That's the worst. That is the worst thing, for people to feel indifference about your work is...
That's exactly it. That's it. Like, I would, if I hated it, like really hated it, I would carry on watching it just to see if it got any better.
Mm-hmm.
But when I feel indifference, sometimes it's like, absolutely fucking not, mate. And like, I've seen GIFs and I've seen a couple of photo sets and quotes from later on in the series, and it does look like it gets good, but...
Yeah, but it's so easy to GIF or quote something and make it seem good.
Yeah, that's
like,
what
I'm sure you could take a few lines out of Mein Kampf and make it appealing. That doesn't mean you should like sit down, read the whole thing, and join the philosophy.
So the thing that I enjoyed this week, first of all, getting my villains colouring book, because fuck yes, I cannot wait to use it. And the only reason I've not started colouring in yet is because I'm trying to get stuff done for putting a book out, and I was reading reading somebody's book.
Oh, I meant the bit before that.
Oh, but getting ready to put a book out. I don't know if you know this, loyal listeners, but I've got a book coming out today. It's out now. It's out on Amazon right now. It's called The Chronicles of Silverdeer.
Yeah. It is, and it follows Anna Frost, and she's a fucking badass.
She is a badass.
Love you, Anna.
I'm very proud of it. It's a cracking, fast-paced, rip-roaring fantasy adventure.
10 out of 10, 5 stars, would recommend. It's fucking brilliant.
So I had feedback on that this week as well, and I enjoyed that. That made me very happy. Made me almost shed a few tears. Not there yet.
No. You won't get there today because you're fucking dehydrated, mate.
No.
You've got no water to spare.
Just salt. I don't think anything else. I think me and Dave have been watching South Park again.
Yeah.
Which, like, it's not something apart from the movie, which I think is fucking phenomenal. I love that film so much. It's not something like I sit down and go, right, I'm gonna watch South Park now. Like, I do that with The American Office. Like, I'm like, oh, something to put on, like, in the background or just casually on or whatever. Whereas it's one of those shows for Dave.
Yeah.
So Dave put it on. But I've been the first couple of seasons of South Park are fucking phenomenal. I know a lot of people don't like South Park because they're like, oh, it's just like thinky humor, but it's not. It's so fucking clever because there's so many times where they, there's stuff that happens in it that's like it's very adult.
Yeah.
But it's kids reacting to the situation, and those kid characters are never anything but kids.
Yes.
And it's just absolute genius. And like when they get it right, they get it right.
Yeah.
Like 5, 4, 5, and 6 are just make me howl. Like absolutely cannot with them. What was something you enjoyed this week, my beautiful amigo?
Oh, thanks, mate. I'll tell you what I really enjoyed this week. I mean, I feel like there's been a few things, but the thing that stands out the most, if we put my birthday to the side, because I feel like we've discussed that.
Yeah.
Right. So that was awesome. But what I really enjoyed this week is making the social invitation. So
yes.
For listeners or viewers, they're literally like, cool, that means nothing to me. So the Dan Wilcox's boot camp that we're both part of, we have monthly like socials. And so what I did the first time is I made a stupid little video invitation. So it's just me. Every time there's a shot on me, I'm in a different outfit in a different part of my house, explaining what's going to happen. Right? It was short and dumb.
Beautiful. Fucking beautiful.
And that is where the running joke of because it's me and Laura, because we are the party's ours, right? We run the thing. I mean, very loosely. Let's not make ourselves sound like, you know, we are planners extraordinaire. And that's where the joke of I allow Laura to be on screen for about a second max. And to be honest, I've just said a second and I can see editing in my brain and I'm like, no, it's probably like 0.7. And that's where like this running joke started. And then at Christmas, for some reason, for the Christmas party, I went from like doing a short, shitty little thing to I did a full fucking parody song.
Yeah,
I did a full fucking musical number. And it was
fucking beautiful. It was so good. It was the sort of thing that you would see on French and Saunders. Like, that's how good it was.
Like, and I remember saying to you after I'd pressed export, finished the edit, like never again am I doing a music video, because trying to sync that shit up is just insane. And to be fair, it wasn't a music video that I did this time. I created a small horror film.
Which is actually pretty fucking scary.
And now for the theme tune.
Forget about the theme tune. I used to make those, like, I'm going back, like, because it started off, I think it was like 2008, 2009 when I got into, like, when I found Tumblr and I first went on there, and I was making like edits and stuff, and then it was photo edits, and then I was like, you know what would be really funny if these characters did like Walking on Sunshine.
Yeah.
So I edited Nightmare Before Christmas to Walking on Sunshine. I did fucking loads of them as well, and I did loads of them to like really weird shows as well. Really niche. I mean, really niche. But I don't think people appreciate the amount of effort that goes into editing. It's like once you know what you're doing and you get quicker at it, it's good because you can do things faster, you know where things are. But it still takes
it is
painstaking.
Yeah.
And doing like when you've got a frame that is just like a fraction of a second too long, you can spend hours just trying to get that one bit down so it's right.
Is that with editing, what I found is that it's so easy to be like, that's close enough, but then when you watch it back, it just doesn't feel quite right. And the difference, like you say, between something being slick and snappy and like fun for your eyes in like whatever you're watching, and it not feeling quite right for some reason, can literally be 1/10 of a second, because depending on what you are putting together, those kind of gaps can feel like an eternity. And with this that I edited yesterday, like I didn't sleep. I was up for like 24 hours because I was enjoying it so much. But I went through it second by second. Like the master edit of it is literally, so it's 3.5 minutes long, I think, around that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Every second is split on it, and every second is edited and color graded, and like a slightly different effect. And I've like moved the sound on everything, so like the sound isn't quite synced up, and oh yeah.
But that's another thing. Like people, I don't think people realize until they see something that's just slightly out of sync, they don't realize how jarring it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, obviously, that works really well in the video because it's horror, so it's supposed to be like jarring. But like, if you've got something, I mean, you only have to look at like old like Chinese films where they've been dubbed American, and it's like, I am
cheeseburger.
So, yeah, like,
yeah. But do you know, dubbing stuff out of sync is almost as infuriating as trying to get it in sync.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I was like, oh, this is fine. Like, for that Christmas video, I was like, I am a master at not quite syncing stuff up. This is going to be easy breezy. And I was like, no, because it has to look, the out of sync has to be in sync with the theme. So I'm like, you can't just throw it up like a half a second later for the whole thing, because some of it is almost in sync and some of it is like an echo of it, because the whole point is that like I'm this demon like in this dimension trying to get out and trying to be human.
Honestly, it was so good. It's so good. It's so good.
So last week's word of the week was duty. We've got a duty to look at pugs' booties. So tell me, darling. Tell me, what did you do for duty? For duty. For duty.
Listen, so I for duty, I basically went to Google and typed in list of weird duties, and I thought it was going to come up with like, I don't know, weird stuff people who've been like in the employ of royalty have had to do. And instead it came up with a list of 24 of history's weirdest jobs. Now, a lot of them I knew, so like groom of the stool, I knew. Right, which is groom of the stool is someone who was responsible for helping the king go to the toilet. And it was considered an esteemed position.
It fucking wasn't.
Right. I knew about resurrectionists, who were the guys who would dig up corpses out of graveyards and sell them to medical schools.
Yes. Yeah.
Controversy, like obviously Burke and Hare are famous because they were like, we can't wait till it's in the ground, we're going to start bumping people off so it's fresher. Yeah. So there was that. But let me find it, because I did not know where the term whipping boy came from.
Yeah, me either. Oh,
right?
Hang on. Is it really bad?
It's yeah.
Yeah.
So the little bit where it explains what it is, it says, how do you solve a problem like disciplining a spoiled young prince? Simple. Give them a new friend to play with, and then beat the kid whenever the prince messes up. Sounds totally healthy.
Oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me?
No. Surprisingly, sometimes being a whipping boy came with a few sweet perks. The ill-fated Charles I elevated his whipping boy to the position of first Earl of Dysart in 1643, according to the history of Parliament, and then it just says underneath, probably out of guilt.
Yeah. What the hell, man?
But when you think about the phrase, I'm nobody's whipping boy, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it does make sense, but I didn't think it was like a job. Like, can you imagine being like, what? Right, little Timmy, I've got your job. Oh, am I going down the mines, Mum? No.
Better than that, mate.
You're going to be a whipping boy. A whipping boy? What does he do? Well, you're going to live at a castle, and you're going to be friends with the prince. And every time the prince does something wrong, you're going to get whipped for it.
Yeah.
Not sure I like this.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
Fucking nobility, man, needs to, like, seriously.
Can you imagine, like, there's some really fucked up prince that's just like, I don't know, just like evil. Like, he's evil, and he's just like, I'm gonna keep doing shit wrong, so I can watch you get the shit beaten out.
That is insane.
It's crazy. I'm going, oh, where you going working, Jennifer? Oh, my mum's got me a job in workhouse. I mean, it's not the nicest thing. They want me to stick my hand in some machinery that might chop it off, but it's all right. Good.
Get scalped.
Get some good friends.
Yeah.
Where are you going? Where are you going, Timmy? I'm going being a whipping boy. What does that mean? It means every time this other kid does something wrong,
I get beat for it.
Every time this spoiled cunt decides that he wants to be a twat, I'm going to get beaten for it.
And why is he spoiled? Because his actions have no repercussion on him. A kid learns through having their own behaviour examined and, like, disciplined or, you know, talked about, whatever. And this isn't me advocating for whipping the other kid.
You whipping wrong one,
mate. I'm not like, fetch me the cat of nine tails, bring me a switch. Well, yeah, that's insane, mate. Were there any other jobs here that you didn't know other than the whipping boy? This
is the one, before I reread the whipping boy bit, this is the one I was going to use just because of the fucking name. Knock nobblers were tasked with chasing dogs out of church during services. There's no more information. It just says, this raises so many questions. Why not just invite the dogs in? Was this such a big problem that there needed to be a whole position for it?
Why not shut the church?
What were the qualifications?
Just shut the doors.
Knock knobbler. That's going to be my next job.
Fucking knock knobbler. I enjoy
What
that.
did you find for duty?
So I was going to go down kind of First and Second World War territory because I am fascinated with those particular wars. Not necessarily like the politics and all that kind of stuff that goes into it, although I do find like linchpin situations fascinating and kind of what, you know, leads up to that. But more like the individual soldier experience. And some of my favourite poetry is dark, but it's from the First World War, like Sassoon and Owen. So I was going to do that, but for some reason I was like, I'll just type it in and see what comes up. And I don't know why, but I don't know whether I typed in honour or like I was searching duty and like code of honour came up. I can't tell you how we got here, but I found Scientology's code of honour. It's readily available on the internet. I would like to say that I have broken no laws and done no hacking. And it is, hang on, how many points? So it's 15 points. And what I'm going to do is, I'm very aware that this is a religion. So I don't want to, like, you know, I don't want to bash some religion.
It's a religion you have to pay to get into.
Yeah. Yeah, there is another word for those.
It's a pyramid scheme.
It also, like, I mean, there's another word for a religion that you have to pay to get into, and it rhymes with fault. Right. Anyway, here we go. The Code of Honor. So L. Ron Hubbard wrote and issued the Code of Honor in 1954, along with the following introduction. And quite frankly, I've read this a few times, and it's batshit.
Yeah, but isn't it based on a book? Isn't it based on like a sci-fi book?
I don't know. Here we go. Shall I? Right.
Yeah.
No one expects the Code of Honor to be closely and tightly followed. That's how it starts. So why does it exist? An ethical code cannot be enforced. Any effort to enforce the Code of Honor would bring it into the level of a moral code. It cannot be enforced simply because it is a way of life which can exist as a way of life only as long as it is not enforced. Any other use but self-determined use of the Code of Honor would, as any Scientologist could quickly see, produce a considerable deterioration in a person. Therefore, it is a luxury use, and which is done solely on self-determined action, providing one sees eye to eye with the Code of Honor. Batshit! What?
I reckon if I sat in a room and slammed my head against the keyboard for a couple of hours, that I could come up with that.
But it's right. So, number 1, never desert a comrade in need, in danger, or in trouble. All right, that seems logical. I like that one. Number 2, never withdraw never withdraw allegiance once granted. Okay, that's.
I mean, that's a bit much.
That seems like.
I pledge allegiance. I'm a Nazi now. You got to be a Nazi with me. No thanks. I'm all right. I'm good.
And for something that shouldn't be closely followed, starting the things with never seems very contrary. Never desert a group to which you owe your support. Like, okay, like the mask is fully slipped on number 3.
Yeah.
Number 4, never disparage yourself or minimise your strength or power. All right, they realise the mask slipped and they've put it back on. Number 5, never need praise, approval, or sympathy. Me nan just died. No one gives a shit, Sandra. You shouldn't need sympathy. What?
Imagine walking into a church Scientology like, oh, my arm's off, I need help. Fuck off. Hey.
Hang
Got a
on.
medical kit right next to you. Yeah, it's not for you though. It's not for the likes of you looking for sympathy.
Never compromise with your own reality.
Hold on, I have questions.
Wait, I'm sorry. I wonder if in All Star season, whatever season Valentina was on, she'd read this beforehand and was like, I'm going to go in with the reality, and it's my reality.
Yeah.
My French vanilla fantasy. And
I still think she saw the pandemic coming, quite frankly. No, I'd like to keep the mask on.
I'd like to keep the mask on, please. I'd like to keep it on, please. You're doing a fucking lip sync for your life, love. What are you talking about? You'd like to fucking keep it on.
Like, never, number 7, never permit your affinity to be alloyed. Alloyed. Alloyed?
Alloy wheels.
ALLOYED.
Yeah, there's alloy wheels in it. But I don't know what it means. Shall I Google it?
Yeah.
Debase something by adding something inferior.
Okay, so that's what it means. So never do. Oh my God. Right. Anyway, number 8, do not give or receive communication unless you yourself desire it. All right. Worded differently, that makes sense. But the way it's worded comes across sinister as fuck.
No, but also do not receive information. Do not receive communication that you don't want.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, you saw advertising. That's on you, mate. Your self-determinism and your honour are more important than your immediate life. And then your integrity to yourself is more important than your body. Never regret yesterday. Life is in you today, and you make your tomorrow. Apparently, according to 9 and 10, perhaps not. Never fear to hurt another in a just cause.
Do you know what? I'm starting to quite like the Church of Scientology.
Like, again, worded differently, that makes sense. Like, if someone is, trying to kill me or attack me, assault me in any way, yes, I absolutely have a right to defend my life, my body, my home, whatever. But it's the term just cause that gives me pause, if you will. It just.
I think I'm going to join the Church of Scientology now, and then when I murder someone on the tram for not covering their whole mouth,
from me,
I'm going to be like,
well, that works very nicely, because the next one is don't desire to be liked or admired.
Was it me who wrote these?
Perhaps because number 14 is be your own advisor, keep your own counsel, and select your own decisions. And number 15, which is the final one, is be true to your own goals. So the thing is, what's so confusing is some of them make sense just straight out the bat. Straight out the bat. That's not a phrase.
Straight off the bat? On the bat?
Yeah, what? Yeah, they make sense. You're like, okay, be true to your own goals. Sure, yeah. Yeah, I do that. I already do that. Am I a Scientologist?
Am I a Scientologist? Because I fit with at least 4 or 5.
I mean, I don't think it's a tick list. I don't think it's like a diagnosis. But then, you know,
It was. What have you come in for today?
I don't know, but I know for a fact that you are currently being paid to receive communication that you don't wish to receive. So, but then again, you don't have to follow this, because it says this is an ethical code of Scientology. The code one uses not because he has. Sorry, the code one uses not because he has to, but because he can afford such a luxury.
I'm a Scientologist now. I'm going to go on Oprah and jump up and down. I'm joining that pyramid scheme. It sounds like if I join their pyramid scheme, I can literally get away with murder. So
yeah, just don't desire to be liked.
That's good enough.
Your immediate body and life are irrelevant.
That's fine. That's wait, hang on a minute. Right, you cannot on the one hand be like, strive for your goals, and then be like, your body is irrelevant. Like,
oh yeah,
which one is it? Yeah. Which one?
This is what I was saying. Is batshit, because they don't. That it's not a follow through of one kind of theme. It's like he's written a few, then had a joint, and been like, do you know what else?
Do you know what I reckon happened? I reckon he went into a shop and was like, just saw loads of inspirational posters and was like, just set it on random. And then, yeah, that'll do. Clean up the grammar on that one. That'll do.
Follow your own path. Just don't expect any sympathy from me or anyone, ever. You're not allowed any sympathy, ever. But I just lost my... No one cares. So you're not allowed sympathy.
It genuinely sounds like they were written by Michael Scott. Don't ever, for any reason whatsoever, do anything to anyone for any reason.
But yeah, there you go. So I'm just going to get up our little random word generator, because it is in fact time to spin the wheel out, but spin the wheel out, but spin the wheel out, but
I'm genuinely going to go away and read like the.
Send you the link, mate.
Yeah, because I just. They are batshit. That's batshit. That's more mental than fucking Mormons believing some guy found the gold plates and then were like, can anyone see the gold plates? No. God said only I can see the golden plates.
Right, I'm going to spin it.
Now. Imagine if you were like, aliens came down and spoke to me.
Just me.
Just me. They told, I'm not allowed to show a picture. I'm not allowed to tell you. Just me.
Yeah. Right, I'm gonna spin the wheel about. You ready? 3, 2, 1, boom. Oh no, we're not having define. We're not having define. I feel that could be like an episode 2 situation all over again. 3, 2, 1. Smell. Let's go with smell. I like smell. Okay, so I've spun the wheel of bot. Word of the week is smell. There you go. That's it. Hang on. I'm still on the random word generator. I don't like it. I can only see your little face. I like to see your big face. There it is. It called me fat face.
Called me fat face.
So the word of the week is smell.
Right. Every single time I'm doing something and I do something weird, all I have in my head now is you going, I want to know whatever the fuck that was.
It's because I can see your thought process on your face. And I'm like, what did you just think of? Yes, so the word of the week this week is smell. So if you've got any interesting, I mean, there is no way you don't have any interesting stories or stories that make you gip about smell. Like, did your dog release his anal glands on your arm one time? Look, a friend told me that. That never happened to me, so shut up. Did your dog accidentally once just vomit on your toe? Again, completely hypothetical situation. Certainly didn't happen last night on my birthday. So yeah, you got any interesting stories and or facts around that, let us know. You can find us, the best place to find us is Instagram. We are on Facebook. I think we're still technically on Twitter. Every now and again when I'm feeling like, do you know what, I should really do more with my life, I might check Twitter. But unless you know, want to wait for me to have an existential crisis, Instagram's the best place to find us. You can drop a comment, obviously, on YouTube or any of the listening platforms, dashboards, whatever they're fucking called, where you can find your podcasty things. Don't expect me to know terms, all right? I'm here to talk the words and shorten the podcast. That's my job. And if you want to follow
you attacking listeners,
I don't know. If you want to follow us individually, you can find Laura at
Better Late Than Never.
Correct. And let's not forget that when you are listening to this, the Chronicles of Silverdeer is now live. So if you fancy reading a swashbuckling, fast-paced, trope-subverting, fantasy fucking free-for-all genius epic novel, then I highly suggest that you go to Amazon, right?
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon ebook, and the paperback will be coming out sometime later when I've sorted the formatting out.
And it really helps if you are wanting to do it. It really helps, apparently, I found this out the other day, for sales on the first day. So if you do want to read it, go along, mate. Have a crack. It's fucking amazing. And don't forget to leave a review. Look, I'm getting mum now. Leave a goddamn review.
Yeah, leave a review. Even if you think it's shit, still leave a review.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'll personally think you're insane and I'll come for you. But it helps, so do that. And if you want to follow me, because why wouldn't you want to follow all of this? It's at Mistress of None. And after that outro, the title that I go by, the handle even, is very evident. That's why I am Mistress of None. I don't know what it is about the outro that makes me devolve. But it does. I'm fine with the intro. The outro, it hurts me.
The intro, you're like, boom, 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 boom. And then the outro, you're like, oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
And one more thing.
Yeah, but actually one more thing.
Two more things.
You can find us everywhere at the Marmite Queens, the Marmite, and that's a separate word. So it's M-A-apostrophe-A-M, Marm, as in arm. And then eight, as in Laura, are you eight today? And that is A-I-G-H-T, Queens spelt the regular way, Q-U-E-E-N-S. And yeah, so you can just type that into Google and you'll find us somewhere. And then you can click on that and be like, do you know what? Let's hang. And we'll be like, all right, but we're just going to troll your social media feeds first because we've
need
been
to make
burnt.
sure you're not a bigot.
Yeah. We've been burnt, so we need to. We'll do the full research. You can follow us in the meantime, but we'll decide whether that's allowed to continue.
Yeah.
So
exactly that.
Like, if you loved the podcast, come along, tell us. We want to hear about it. But if you hated it, don't fucking at us, mate, because we will bring the power of Hades down upon you. We won't. I'll be like, oh, okay, I'm not bothered. Just gonna get on with my life now. I'm gonna have an hobnob. I love hobnobs.
I'm not a hobnob fan.
What?
No. Like a digestive.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I like biscuits generally speaking, unless it's
A
got a
digestive.
solid block of chocolate on it. What, like, be a biscuit or be chocolate?
No, I like a digestive. I think digestives are a good snack as well because they're sweet, but they're not too sweet.
Hmm.
Like, so if it's just before dinner and you're a bit peckish,
Yeah.
digestives are good for that.
Yeah, I like a bit of blue cheese on my digestive. Mate, it's so
Interesting.
fucking good. So fucking good. Right, anyway, with all of that, it is time to say goodbye. Thank you for listening, or viewing. But although I assume even if you're viewing, you are listening also. I don't know, maybe you like to watch us on mute. Maybe you just like to look at pretty faces but not have the opinions of women in your head. In which case, you can't hear me anyway, so go fuck yourself, you absolute...
It's a face for you to wank to.
I need to turn that into a meme, mate. Anyway. Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye!
Bye.
We need to put like scorecards, like if they're wanking to that face, like hit here, get 50 points. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the Marmite Queens, you dumpster fire garbage people. And now for the outro.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
You can't afford a theme tune! Definitely can't afford an outro.